Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Hope you are doing well. Today I will be talking about completed manhwa and webtoons so that you can binge read them in a single day. Honestly, I hate cliffhangers, so I usually prefer to read the whole series in a single go. If you are like me, who can't wait every week for a new chapter, then stay tuned. But before we begin with the video, make sure to subscribe and like the video. So let's start our list. Coming at number 1, we have Acquainted. So the story revolves around CEO Jung Yusuk and a free-thinking architect Han Eugene. One day, due to overworking, he passes out in his office, and when he wakes up, he finds himself on a plane. Then he gets to know that his secretary Mr. Keen did so that the CEO can rest for a few days. Then he heads to Spain, and there the two of them meet for the first time when Mr. Jung's wallet gets stolen and Han Eugene catches the pickpocket and returns the wallet to him. The next day he gets to know that she is his tour guide. On that night they part ways as she would be leaving for Korea the next day. And one more thing, on being asked what he does for a living, he says that he is an average 9-to-5 worker. Later, a competition is held by Woo-suk's company and turns out that Eugene is the winner, and Eugene gets to know that he is the CEO of this company. And thus their one-time encounter starts to change their fate. I really liked reading this. Honestly, Woo-suk is like the best CEO I have seen in a comic ever. Like, he doesn't flaunt his wealth, he is very humble and kind to everyone. And the way their romance developed is just so cute. You should definitely read this. Coming at number 2, we have 11 Years and Counting. The story revolves around Hea, who was in a relationship with Yoon for the past 11 years. When Hea finds that her boyfriend is cheating on her, she breaks up with him. And thus, the love story of the marketing team director Soo Hyun and Hea starts. It is a simple but lovely and a heartwarming story. It delivers a message that do not cling onto someone just because of habit. All the characters are well developed, even her ex and his girlfriend to a better person. I highly recommend for anyone who wants to read a real romance with mature characters. Coming at number 3, we have A World Ruled by Cats. Nora didn't want to die. All she wanted was to save a cat from drowning. When she drowned instead, she woke up in the another world called Cats Rule, a world ruled by cats. These aren't normal cats, though they walk on 2 legs and look like humans, but humans are their pets. So Nora is captured and adopted by a cute cat boy named Cesar who hates humans. I really love this story, the characters and the character developments. Beautifully drawn, imaginative and heartwarming story, unexpectedly witty and funny. It's an emotional roller coaster and I got really attached to the characters. The art is pretty good. I think this is one of those webtoons that I can never forget. Coming at number 4, we have She May Not Be Cute. In this story, our female lead, Anran, after being betrayed by her fiancé, flees from her wedding and no longer believes that love exists in this world. 2 years later, Anran grows to be a beautiful lady and becomes an editor of a company. One day, she encounters her ex-fiancé and he then pursues her, saying that she misunderstood him 2 years ago. Even after she refuses to listen to him, he follows her and she meets a boy on a bike who then offers her for a ride. In the next morning, when she wakes up, she finds him sleeping beside her on her bed and gets shocked. After this, she gets to know that the famous chef whom she was supposed to have an interview with is the same person and also her childhood friend Lin Hao, who is 3 years younger than her and whom she always thought of as a younger brother. The art and storyline is just pretty and heartwarming. There are a lot of cute and funny moments. It's worth reading and the vibes remind me of Love Like Cherry Blossoms. It's not very dramatic or exhausting to read. This manga is perfect from the beginning to the end. Coming at number 5, we have As You Wish Prince. It follows an author who ends up becoming trapped in her novel and has to atone to the villain of her novel for creating him with such a tragic plot. And of course, in the midst of all of this, they end up falling in love. This whole series had many plot twists and adorable moments between Kite and Vasar. I just fell in love with the characters, the story, and it was a great roller coaster ride that will make one to read more. In my opinion, the love triangle wasn't really needed. The second lead, Pirit, felt so forced and he started liking Vasar out of nowhere. The story is quite different from other isekai genre manhwas. It's definitely worth reading. The ending was sweet, short, and satisfying. I really recommend this. I loved the unique plot of the story. Coming at number 6, we have The Abandoned Empress. Aristia was raised to be the next empress of the Castina Empire as a proud daughter of the House Monarch. But with the appearance of a mysterious new girl, everything has fallen apart. The emperor has turned his back and Aristia's miserable life as lower queen is cut short by death. However, she is then given a chance to change her destiny as being reincarnated 7 years before. Coming at number 7, we have the Duchess 50 tea recipes. A young Korean woman who has trouble asserting herself ends up getting all the worst projects at work. When one of her projects flop for some reason beyond her control, she gets fired. If I remember correctly, she either falls asleep or passes out in a room, whereupon she wakes up in a new world in the body of an European duchess named Chloe. Chloe is bullied and disrespected by both her servants and ladies of her class, and her marriage to her husband Alphonse is entirely for political reasons. Chloe immediately decides that things are going to be different than they were in her original life. She begins standing up for herself with the servants and asks her husband to provide her tea, the one thing which she really loved, that provided her with solace and joy in her previous life. He then provides her a whole warehouse of tea. Her obvious love for it begins accidentally winning people over. I had fun reading this story, but it really was all about tea and I was wanting a bit more personal progress for the characters at some point. I personally particularly disliked the attempt at a love triangle between Chloe, Alphonse and the prince. This story is spiritual, empowering and inspiring. I highly recommend for the people with broken hearts or abuse because you will find real understanding, healing and solace in the plot. The story is about forgiveness, mending broken hearts and melting the hearts of your enemies with goodness. I hope you all have a good day. See ya!